Welcome back to the Magic Hours. Zoe Flowers here, back with another reading. And so this one is all about this week's super full moon. How is this super full moon going to impact you over the next 6 months? What do you need to know? What the focus is, what you need to embrace, what you need to release. Okay, so that, and where the full moon energy is going to hit you, so to speak. Okay, so the setup is different. It's not going to be like a usual pick a card. So yeah, it's not going to be like a regular pick a card at all. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a minute. We're going to do 4 piles. So I would love for you to close your eyes or at least lower your gaze. Key into your heart space, meaning just turn your gaze inward, almost like you're looking down at your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We're going to do 4 piles. I invite you to open your eyes. So pile number 1 is going to be this letter D. Pile number 2 is going to be the letter U. Pile number 3 is going to be the letter R. And pile number 4, sorry, I'm just hearing things in my head, it's going to be the letter E. All right, so we have D-U-R-E. So just think about which letter resonates with you the most. And I will see you on the other side. Okay, pile number 1. Whoa, literally fell out of the pile, the cards. And so it's funny because if you picked pile number 1, if you picked the letter D, when I laughed in the introduction, it was because I heard dun dun dun. And I was like, oh, what's that about? And then literally the cards flew out, and this makes sense. So for you, this full moon actually, especially if you have some strong Capricorn placements or some strong Cancer placements, right? So Cancer sun moon rising, Capricorn sun moon rising. This full moon that made you feel naked. This full moon got you feeling like dun dun dun. Like it's hit you. Even if you have some Pisces or Pisces placements or Scorpio. So basically the water signs, because we have this mermaid here. So this full moon, the full moon that just passed, you know, has you feeling again just like a little shook, a little naked, like the wool has been pulled away from you. And this is super interesting because I have a Capricorn ascendant, and I'm like nearly naked today. Like this is probably the least clothes that I've ever had on a video yet. And it's not even that hot. So outside. So yeah, this is it. So it's like you could either feel completely exposed emotionally, like maybe you told somebody something that you didn't mean to tell. Maybe you were feeling super emotional and vulnerable. And so you were like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to call them, or I'm going to just like let them know how I feel. And now you're like, oh my God, I really exposed myself. Did I expose too much? Right? Thinking about Capricorn rising, especially around career. Did you say something to somebody at work and now you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I exposed myself too much. Like I let my veneer of professionalism slip and now I'm feeling a little shook, right? I'm not going to get to this one yet. But then it can also be on the other side. It could also be like, you know what? I'm ready for the world to see me. I'm going to show shoulders. I'm going to give you cleavage, right? So this moon could also have you feeling like that, like Mami Wata. I'm going to read Mami Wata. This is going to be long, so you might as well just buckle in because this is going to be, I feel like this is just going to be a long video because I haven't done a pick a card in a long time. Okay, we have Goddess of Grounding. She is from Capricorn, South Africa. So the temple that this guy, no, that's not right. See, I automatically do numerology, so it's 30. So I already went to 3, and it's like, no, it's not 3, Zoe. It's actually 30. Don't reduce things down to numerology. Everything doesn't need to be reduced. Okay. She's the goddess of emotional nakedness. Here we go. See, this is... So she is a temple griot. So in this deck has, each goddess represents a certain temple. And so the griot is a storyteller, a historian, entrusted with cultural continuity. The temple of griots physically aligns with your throat chakra and resonates to the color blue. Oh, wow, this is lit. So it's like 3 group of people here. Before I even read this, it's like 3 group of people. It's the people that I talked about where it's like, hey, I'm ready to get naked. It's the people that are like, shit, I got too naked and now I'm nervous. Or it's the people who are about to speak up. All right, so it's 3 groups of people. It's like the full moon has you thinking I should speak up, but I'm not quite ready to yet, right? So that's how pile number 1. That's how this new moon is hitting right now. So it says Mami Wata. So she's a griot. Obviously, she resonates to the water, which we already know. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, Nigeria. But the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Hide no more. Pleasure, Tanit, in reverse. Okay, so again, this is the invitation to speak up, to allow yourself to be naked, to take chances, around your sexuality, your sensuality. These are things that this super new moon, oh, this is interesting, are pushing you to do. And so when we think about the astrology of it all, Saturn, which rules Capricorn, is in retrograde right now. And Saturn is the planet of restriction. And so it's in retrograde right now, right? So some of the, I'm hearing like the mores and the tightness and the rules around certain things and not feeling safe to be vulnerable. Some of those things are loosening. We have cat here, detachment in reverse. They're loosening, right? And so it's actually safe for you to shed your old skin. We have desire in reverse, to shed your old skin. Okay, I'm back. Visually, it looks different because something is going on with my camera. So we're gonna just get through it. Okay, so again, pile number 1, if you felt like you had to protect yourself and things like that, you can go ahead and shed that and actually step into your desires. Because again, anytime I see a snake, it's all about shedding the old and rebirthing something new. So that is the overall vibe of what the focus is, what there needs to be embraced, what needs to be released. And let's get into some tarot. So what do we have for our pile number one? Interesting. So we have the King of Wands. Very exciting, right? So this is new actions. Again, this is being bold. Fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So when we think about what, our fire signs represent and how they are, again, this is just being more fiery, again, being a little different, maybe being a little bit more impulsive than you normally would, right? And so again, that is just more confirmation. What else do we have for pile number one? Wow. We have the Parrot. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. And then we have the Loon. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So there you go, pile number one. I have to do this. I have to show this, these two, because these are sitting here staring at me in the upright. We have the High Priestess and we have the Empress. So of course, High Priestess is, living from a place of your intuition, but it's also, but she also sits between the light and the dark, the known and the unknown, right? The known and the shadow. So again, this moon could be pulling up some of your shadow self too, and that also could make you feel vulnerable. So pile number one, if you're feeling all of these things, know that it is absolutely what you need to be feeling right now to actually step into your Empress energy. Step into that nurturing, step into the nurturing of yourself, all parts of yourself, and not just the parts of yourself that you deem acceptable, right? It could also be parts of yourself that you find a little scary, right? And so that is the message for you. Nope, we don't have anything else. I feel like the dun 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 was right on track. And so, yeah. So please drop down in the comments, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know you appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Okay, if you picked the letter U for pile number two. So, okay, it's interesting because I am hearing the song Umbrella by Rihanna, Ella, Ella, Ella. So I wonder, I'm hearing covering. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. What do we have for pile number two, Spirit? What do we have for pile number two? What is the focus for them for these next 6 months of this Capricorn energy? What do they need to focus on? What do they need to release? So for me, the reason why I do it over 6 months from moon to moon is I feel like it gives us a longer time for the manifestations and the things to occur. And isn't this interesting? I got Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. And I said covering an umbrella. And so we'll see what else comes up because I don't even know what that means yet. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So it's not naked like pile number one, although you might want to actually go back and look at pile number one because there might be some resonance there. But this full moon, and there's even a moon here, could be very intense for you and feeling exposed, like being caught out in the rain. But oh, I get it. But instead of having like the wool pulled off of you. For me, this is more like when you allow yourself to be in the rain and you allow yourself to be wet and like purged and renewed. And so the rain could be your tears. And so this moon could make you feel very intense and very emotional, and it may expose hidden secrets and fears and traumas that you thought were long gone. I love this, especially when we think about Scorpio as being like the house of, the house that Scorpio rules, house number 8. It's about life, death, rebirth, and also other people's money. And so for you, this full moon is about a part of you dying, allowing a part of yourself to die, allowing old, outdated images of yourself to die. And since it has to do with Capricorn, it's like and Capricorn has to do with goals and things like that. What parts of you need to die so that you can step into the person that you came here to be? What do we have for pile number 2? What else do we have for pile number 2? We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, so the 6 of Cups, it's a card of nostalgia again. So if there's childhood wounding and things like that, this full moon definitely could be bringing some of those things up. Feelings of inadequacy, feelings of self-doubt, feelings of mistrust. So what energy do you need to step into? What do you need to know? We love that. We have the Ace of Wands. So what you need to know is that this is going to pass, that you will get new ideas. And so this is like tapping into your not ideas, but as actions. So it's like, what do you do well? So now is the time to focus on what you do well. And the more you focus on what you do well, the more that the universe will give you, because aces have to do with gifts from the universe. And so the universe is going to be gifting you the opportunity to do more of what you love. So the vibe right now, again, is to really tap into what you do well. What are your talents? What actions? And also doing something different, doing a new thing. I'm not going to say learning a new thing because that's more pages, but doing a new thing, or doing something that you do really well in a different way. Perhaps how you relate to people also. And how you relate to yourself. Do that in a new way. One more card here for pile number 2. Even like a salt bath, a crystal bath, soothing yourself. We got flicker here. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. You see that? That's exactly what we said. Now, it's interesting because we got the loon as well. So again, if pile number 1 resonated with you, check it out. We have pay attention to your dream time. Messages and guidance are drifting in. All right, if you picked the R for run, rental, resurface, repurpose, rebirth, that's your pile. Pile number 3, R. Let's go. What do we have for pile number 3? The impact, the effects of this full moon. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? What do they need to do? What do they need to learn? What are they learning? We love this. We love this. We love this. This is all great. Wow. Return on investment. This full moon is bringing you nothing less than the world, nothing less than the understanding that everything is yours. But we have this Ace of Pentacles in reverse right now. So you might not be feeling the return on your investment, but we also have the Chariot here. So we know that it's coming. The thing about this Chariot is that the Chariot can be like everything looks amazing, but there are some things going on in the background. So all is not as it seems. So there are some things that need to be straightened out so that you can actually feel like you have the world. I want to see what these goddesses have to say. What goddess is going to help you with some of this energy? So we have, wow. Pile number one had this in the upright. You have it in the reverse. We have Naked here in the reverse. We have Marie Laveau for good juju. We have Ma'at for giving and receiving. So perhaps you're really, really used to giving, and that has brought you some good juju, some good karma, right? So we have the World here. It was the first card out. So the good karma is here, but perhaps you're so used to giving that you have a problem receiving. You have a problem receiving your good. You have a problem believing that certain things are possible for you. And so this full moon is inviting you into the space of Ma'at, into the space of balance, into the space of allowing, into the space of not pushing, but being a receiver. Page of Cups in reverse. What happened to my Page of Cups? Oh, okay. Page of Cups in reverse. Have you gone internal? Because of messages, because of denials, rejections, perceived denials around your emotions, how you express yourself, how you talk even. Were these things that were like almost used against you in a way? If that is something that's lingering, if that is something that makes you more comfortable giving rather than receiving, that is something to be released during this, full moon period, this Capricorn period, right? Because you do have good juju here, and you have Marie Laveau, like one of the most powerful, like world renowned, witches, spiritual women, hoodoo lady, very powerful. So much of, and as a matter of fact, when I really even look at this, Mama Wata, Marie Laveau, and Ma'at, all M's, which I find interesting, but also super powerful goddesses and ancient, right? Like the mermaid mythology, the mythology of Marie Laveau, and the mythology around Ma'at. So you are actually an extremely powerful energy source to have these super powerful goddesses show up. And having the World be the first card that comes out, like literally having the world at your fingertips. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but being unable to receive your actual due. The full moon is encouraging you to like wipe all of that away and reap your actual harvest. Again, all things are present here. The fruit is here. The music is here. The sun is here. The vegetables are here. The guidance is here. Just like the world, all the elements are here: earth, air, fire, water. With the bunny rabbit in the center. A sign of fertility. The rabbit is in the center and the flowers are growing around it. And then you have, you know, our elements here. Our fixed elements, you know, fixed water, fixed fire with Leo, fixed earth with Taurus, and fixed air with Aquarius. You are in the middle of all of these things. And so this moon is going to give you the opportunity to be grounded with this fixed energy here. Get grounded in your harvest. Get grounded in receiving and giving so that we can turn this Ace of Pentacles upright. For me, when a card is in reverse, it just means the energy is waiting to be released. Maybe even thinking about calling in or working with the energy of Ma'at or Marie Laveau. Especially if receiving is hard for you. This planetary energy is here to help you grow and expand how you see yourself. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. Drop down in the comments, let me know if it resonates, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile number 4. If you pick the E for element or elephant, this is your pile. Ostrich, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. Didn't we say elephants being wise and also element? The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. So this full moon may have, oh God, yes, the ostrich that keeps its head in the sand and then takes its head out. So this full moon perhaps is bringing you clarity and bringing you an answer. If you've been waiting for an answer or direction on which way to go, this full moon is giving you the answers that you need. So what I would say is pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to songs on the radio, pay attention to messages that you hear over and over again. Open your eyes and be on the lookout for synchronicities, because that's how you are going to get the answers to the questions that you were looking for. I love that. Yes. Let's see what the Tarot has to say. I actually like that. Yeah. Hold on. Spirit, what do you have for pile number 3? What do you have for pile number 3? Thank you. Okay. I like it. So we have strength. So you could be a person with a strong Leo placement, Leo sun, moon, rising, or somewhere else strong in your chart. So of course, you don't have to be, but you could. And I'm thinking about the 10th house because Capricorn does rule the 10th house. And so if you have like Leo or yeah, or the sun again, um this full moon definitely will be giving you the answers you need again, because a Capricorn is about goals, career, you know, it's earth, so it's represented by the pentacles. um in the tarot, Capricorn is also um represented by the devil in tarot. And the devil in tarot has to do with like punishment, addictions, and things like that. So this full moon again might be providing you clarity and wisdom on how to overcome addictions or things that keep you bound. Yeah. Give you the strength to make hard decisions. Like if you are, it's so thinking about like the 4th house, which is Cancer, and the 10th house, which is Capricorn. So it's like, you know, Cancer has to do with emotions. And so your emotions impact your ability to strive, which is the 10th house, which is what you'll be known for in the world. I hope this is making sense. Um, and so it's like if things aren't right at home, Cancer, that often impacts work, right? And vice versa. Sometimes work can impact home. And so there might be a struggle in this time between the professional life and the home life, right? And so you need that strength to make the decisions that you need, right? So I'm sorry, yes, or you get the clarity on how to move forward, right? So you get the clarity and the push to make the decisions that you need to make so that you can achieve the sort of success and things like that that you need. I really hope that made sense. It made sense in my head. Okay. I love that though. I love this chain of thought, where I love where that's going. So we have here the Hermit. So again, um, this full moon might have you thinking, you know what, I need to go internal so that I can tap into my divine light, my divine wisdom, my divine understanding, or even maybe finding a teacher um, to help you to have the strength to make the decisions on the things that have now been illuminated by this full moon. You know, full moons are all about release, right? And so it's like now you have the wisdom about what needs to be released. You do have the capacity to have the strength to release what it is. But again, you still might need some help, especially if it's around like addictions and things like that. And then we have the 2 of Cups. And so it's like once we make the decisions that we need to make, you know, it's like we have the opportunity for new partnerships, new relationships, new unions, right? And we have this Ace of Wands showing up again. It showed up in the last pile. And so it's like new unions allow us to make new actions, to take new actions, to move on new things. They're saying keep going with the tarot, so we'll keep it going. What else do we have for pile number 3? Yeah, cool. The sun came out first. So then here we go again with this sun. So again, it's like new actions and new opportunities, and the sun is shining on you. So it's like we make these decisions, these challenging decisions, the changes that we need to make, though. And then the sun is shining, and we've got the sun sitting under the hermit. So it's like, the manifestation, or not the manifestation, because it's kind of a card of manifestation, but more it's like a card of like blessings and things turning out in your favor as a result of taking the time to go inward and doing that spiritual work. And then we have the Knight of Cups, right? And so then we have new messages of not messages well, first of all, knights are the end of a long-term situation, right? And so it's like, if this even has to do with a relationship, a personal relationship, we have this Knight of Cups coming in. So somebody bringing you a new relationship, offering you a new cup of emotion, right? Because emotions is all about cups, offering you their heart. I like this. I like this. That's my neighbor. What do we have for pile number 3? Wow. Interesting. So pile number 1, we had desire in reverse, but with a different deck. And here we have desire in reverse again with Ngame. So in this deck, when we have a reversal, it's like just paying extra attention. So it's like, yeah, it's here. I literally opened right up to it. So it's like, it's here. It's just these steps have to be taken so that we can get to this place of your desires manifesting. But also, this Knight of Cups, it's like, again, ending a long time situation of obligation, because Capricorn can also be about obligation, right? And so it's like, with this ostrich here, it's like, oh, what have I been feeling obligated to do? How have I felt obligated to be in the world? And so at the end of all of these steps, it's like, you know what? Now I'm going to do things for me that make me feel good. So this could actually be another person actually showing up and bringing you the cup of emotions. But it could also be you being the Knight of Cups to yourself and being like, you know what? I'm going to focus on me. So we have Ngame, the goddess of desire, Ashanti Akan, the temple of conjurers. So I will read the conjurers. Let's see, because each goddess represents a specific temple. So the conjurers, these goddesses and sorceresses, wield the power of creation and magical transmutation. Their energetic frequency is orange, and this temple physically aligns with your reproductive organ. So this would be your sacral chakra, which has to do with creativity, also pleasure and things like that. And so this could also have to do, so of course it could have to do with relationships, but again, this could have to do with career, because it is the full moon in Capricorn, right? So it's like, if you've been stagnant or unclear about what steps to take in your career, in your dreams, I love it. You now have the strength to move forward. It's like the time is right for you to move forward now, because we have strength again, which represents Leo in the tarot, and in astrology, Leo rules the 5th house of creativity. So we go all the way around the corner and come back again, right? So this also could have to do with your career goals, artistic endeavors, starting businesses. So again, you may have to go inward to get the strength, to get the belief in yourself, so that your work is grounded in something real, that's going to benefit humanity and not be out of a space of ego. So you may have to go back to the drawing board again with this hermit, or find a teacher to help you. Then this Two of Cups again becomes new business opportunities, new partners. Doesn't have to be relationship. It could be new business partners and things like that that are going to be more fruitful, that you resonate with, right? And then you have the Ace of Wands, and you and that new business, right? You go out. This is like you actually starting the business, etc., etc. We love to see it. And then it's like, yes, you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in the world, right? Knight of Cups, you're feeling fulfilled and things like that. Finally, in the work that you're doing, you feel like you're moving on the right path. And you're in alignment with your true desires and your creativities. Let's get back to Ngame. Ngame is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us with her moon bow. Her lunar rays illuminate souls. Here is her guidance. Dream bigger. Puny desires constrict you. Your desires create your life, so allow them to flow boldly. Embodiment. What do you really desire? Get specific. Get specific. See it, smell it, feel it, call it in now. What you desire desires you. Does your desire flow from love or fear? We talked about that, right? It's like, is it ego, right? That has you doing the work that you do, etc. Where is your desire coming from? Does it flow from love or fear? Manifestations that come from fear-based desires keep you safe and small. Desires that come from your soul expand your world. Goddess declaration, what I desire desires me. That's all I have for you. Pile number 3. Oh my God. That is so good. That was so like the wisdom of the elephant. Like everything came together. Drop down in the comments. Let me know if it resonated or if it didn't. I will see you next time. That was fun.